Okay, what we have is a client who ordered a PS914, made a statement that it was no good.
What is this?
And very rare to have a power supply not, have someone say it's no good. We sent him a replacement. Client said, that's no good. And I think we got to 3 before the client was able to get one successfully installed. So I have 2 here. I have powered both of them, and I have confirmed voltage on the output. Well, this time I'm going to add a load to it, and I'm going to let it run, and we're going to record that running, is what we're going to do. And the PS914 is a 4 amp power supply. So we're gonna put some amperage on it and just let it run. And let's do that now. All I'm going to do is grab actually the circuit board out of here and just power this. And this is what we're going to work with rather than the entire enclosure. So let's do that right now. Okay, so I have the circuit board wired. So I'm going to plug it in and we'll test for voltage just to make sure of where we're starting. Okay, I heard it click and we've got indications of something. We've got a green light there, got a red as well. Let's take a look and see what we've got. Okay, we're going to turn our multimeter on to DC voltage. Let's check her out. Yeah, we've got a healthy 24 volts coming out of it, so we're good. So I'm going to disconnect it. I'm going to wire some loads to it, and we'll pick it up at that point. Okay, so what we have here is I have the circuit board. I've got it powered to incoming power. I've got it powered to a mag lock, to an old Locknetics 390 mag lock. Got the power running through the circuit board here just to give it power. I didn't want to cut the wires to get right to it, so I've got it powered. So let's plug it in. The armature for the mag lock is here, and I'm going to guess it's about 350 milliamps. So plenty of voltage, plenty of amperage coming out of this power supply. So I'm still getting good voltage coming out of my output terminals. I'm now going to apply this armature to the mag lock. Okay, we're definitely producing voltage. Interesting, because what happened? Why did it become disconnected? The power supply does not appear to be producing voltage. I don't see any voltage coming out. Oh, it's powered now. It's getting voltage now. Okay, so we are producing voltage. I think what may have happened is these wires may have touched each other when I turned it up. Let's get the multimeter out of the way. Could be what happened. I'm going to unplug this. So I can reposition this magnet. A lot of residual magnetism on that, which would be very normal, by the way. I'm going to stand it up. Alright. Got this stood up. Our wire, I think these two wires touch each other because I have too much insulation pulled off. Okay, we're connected. We're going to know if power drops because that armature is going to fall. That's the bottom line. Now we're just going to let this run. Is what we're going to do. Alright, voltage going out. We're going to know if the power drops because that's going to drop. That armature will absolutely fall off. And right now it's 3 o'clock Eastern time on Tuesday. So I'm going to let this run for sure until tomorrow and see what happens. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Well, that preceding video was it running for 18 hours or whatever, 10 hours, overnight is what it was. And I tested it and then emailed the client and said, listen, he ordered one, says it doesn't work. Sent him a replacement. Repeat client, half a dozen orders prior. Emails me, that one doesn't work. It's very unlikely that power supplies don't work by their own accord because they're tested at the factory. The people who are making power supplies have made hundreds of thousands of power supplies, let's say. They have a routine down. I never have power supplies fail. I've never had a warranty claim for a power supply. Not once. The only time power supplies go bad is when they're destroyed or damaged in the field. A lightning strike is what kills them first and foremost. And in fact, outside of that, I can't think of an instance where they haven't worked. When a client calls and says the power supply doesn't work, it's usually operator error. Not that it's easy to figure out what they're doing wrong, but it almost always is. The conversation with the factory on this PS914 was based on the evidence of what the client stated. The only answer the factory came up with, and it may not be the right answer because I've spoken to the factory and they have given me information that's not accurate that I later determined was, oh, they were wrong, is that they applied too much voltage to the power supply. Where the guy would get 220 volts, why an electrician would send 220 volts, let's say, to a 110 volt power supply, you know, who knows? Who knows? But the point of this video was to show the client, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're doing, but it clearly works. I just ran it overnight. No hiccups at all. I wanted to continue to install magnetic locks until it failed. How many would I get to on that? Probably a dozen, if not more. 16 magnetic locks. I just didn't because I don't have that many magnetic locks laying around and I don't have the desire to power it. Maybe someday I actually will do a torture test. So I emailed the client and said, listen, you got to pay for, you paid for one, you got to pay for the other one. His response was, you're going to send me that power supply or I'm going to file a back charge, which I thought was exceptionally lowbrow of that person to do that. Not necessary to do that. All I'm trying to do is to get to the truth, make sure the client has something that works. Anyway, it works. This video is to just simply prove it and talk about power supplies, I suppose. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.